Okay, could I ask trustees to take their seats, please? Great. We're good. I'd like to call this meeting to order and ask you to stand with us for the national anthem, and if you would remain standing afterwards, I'll explain.
We would like to acknowledge
that we are here today
on the traditional territory
of the Mississaugas of the New Credit First Nation.
Our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons' command. With hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free, from God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Thank you. If you'd remain standing, if we could pause for a moment to pay our respects and remember those that were killed yesterday in the Yonge Street incident, and those that are survivors and their families who are going through this terrible tragedy, as well as our first responders who were obviously impacted by this horrendous event. So if you could just take a moment. Thank you. If you'd be seated now. So there are a couple of additions to the agenda on the blue sheets that you have before you. 6.1 is an addendum to our retirements. Oh, we also have regrets this evening from Vice Chair Suzanne Nurse. So we have an addendum to the retirements. We also have an acknowledgement and a comment, 6.4, which is around Education Week, that is here. And 9.4 is the appointment of the student trustees for 2018-19, and I believe they are here this evening to join us. I also am going to ask the board for some indulgence. If you recall the item around the youth charter, sometimes things seem pretty simple, but when you investigate, they're a little more complicated according to parliamentary procedure. So on the agenda, 9.6, you will see there's a motion to rescind, and then I would intend to ask Trustee DeKroob, who moved the original motion, to put another motion on the floor to change that children's charter to the youth charter. And so usually rescission requires a notice. So I'm asking trustees tonight to waive the notice so that we can deal with the issue tonight. So what you will do is we will talk about rescission, or not talk about it, but we'll vote on it at 9.6. And then I will ask Trustee DeKroob to put another motion on the floor that speaks to the youth charter rather than the children's charter. And then we will be all legally, parliamentary, Robert's rules compliant, and no one will go off to jail. So if the board would agree to that and indulge me, and I apologize because obviously I've misled the board. With that understanding, I don't have any other additions. So Trustee B. McDonald, will you move the agenda as explained? Trustee Green, will you second it, please? All those in favor? It's carried. So we have, and we heard you as we were having our other meeting in the other room, how the energy of the group that is here to present to us tonight. And this is Robert H. Lagerquist, Senior Public School, and I remember Mr. Lagerquist very well as a trustee on this board. They're going to, this is the Latin fusion team that we have in front of us. And we are pleased to have you here tonight at the meeting of the board. This team is comprised of 83 students, and many of the students didn't know how to dance before they joined this team. With the support of staff, joining this team has really provided an opportunity for students to get actively involved, whether it's as a dancer or performer or helping to coordinate the logistics of it all. Recently, the full Latin fusion team performed during the halftime show at the Raptors game on March 25th at the Air Canada Centre. So congratulations on that highlight. That must have been exciting. Did you get to see the first half of the basketball game? No. Oh, did your parents get to see the first half of the basketball game? Yes, I see. Anyway, welcome to the Peel Board. We are delighted to have you, and we're looking forward to being entertained by you. I would suggest that the trustees move, I think, are you going to perform facing just the way we are? See, that's perfect. Okay, we're going to stay just the way we are and enjoy our students. So whenever you're ready, we are.
Thank you for inviting us to start off the week of education with a bang. Our Latin Fusion family consists of over 80 students, but unfortunately we only brought a little sample of what we can do. We have created this specific dance to show you what we can bring to the table. Latin Fusion isn't just about dance, it's also being confident and trusting one another. We are the biggest multicultural group in our school. Although we participate in many competitions, it's just not about medals and ribbons. It's about growing together and learning from one another. Like I've said before, we are not a club, we are a family. Their actions will speak louder than my words. Please welcome to the stage, Robert H. Lagerquist, Latin Fusion.
Yo te guayo, tú me guayas, yo te guayo. Qué rico. Yo te guayo, tú me guayas, yo te guayo. Yo te guayo, tú me guayas, yo te guayo. Suavecito. Yo te guayo, tú me guayas, yo te guayo. Te posté el peliculeo en Instagram. De que el GPS te tire a la rumba. Si no vienes, mami, que lo pierdes. Si no vienes, mami, que lo pierdes. Te posté el peliculeo en Instagram. De que el GPS te tire a la rumba. Si tú vienes,
ਨਜਾਇਜ਼ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਵੱਡੀਆਂ ਹਾਈ ਐਂਡ ਗੱਡੀਆਂ 150 ਤੇ ਛੱਡੀਆਂ ਜੱਟ ਦੇ ਵੀ ਨਜ਼ਰਾਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਗੱਡੀਆਂ ਹਾਈ ਐਂਡ ਗੱਡੀਆਂ 150 ਤੇ ਛੱਡੀਆਂ ਜੱਟ ਦੇ ਵੀ ਨਜ਼ਰਾਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਗੱਡੀਆਂ ਗੋਰੇ ਰੰਗ ਤੇ ਬਲੂ ਜਿਹਾ ਟੌਪ ਨੀ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਬਲੈਕ ਪੂਰਾ ਟੌਪ ਨੀ ਐਵੇਂ ਚੱਕਾ ਚੱਕਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਕਰ ਤੇਰਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਵਾਲੀ ਟੌਪ ਨੀ ਉਹ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਟੌਨ ਟੌਨ ਸ਼ਹਿਰੀ ਤੋਂ ਦੀ ਦੁਪਹਿਰ ਤੇਰੇ ਮਗਰ ਕੇਰੀਆਂ ਲਾਵੇ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਕੱਲੀ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਚ ਕੱਲੀ ਨੱਚਦੀ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆਵੇ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਕੱਲੀ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਚ ਕੱਲੀ ਨੱਚਦੀ ਨਜ਼ਰ
When the going gets tough, the tough get going. One love, one life, one world, one fight, whole world, one night, one place, Brazil. Everybody put your flags in the sky and do what you feel. It's your world, my world, our world today. And we invite the whole world to play. It's your world, my world, our world today. And we invite the whole world to play. En mi mundo, tu mundo, el mundo de nosotros. Invitamos a todo el mundo a jugar your flags up in the sky. And when I'm side to side, side to side. Show the world where you're from. Show 'em where you're from. Show the world we are one. Love, love. Jenny, dale.
One night, watch the world unite. Two sides, one fight, and a million eyes. Full hearts gonna work so hard, shoot all the stars, fist raise up towards the sky. Tonight, watch the world unite, world unite, world unite. But fight, fight, fight. One night, watch the world unite. Two sides, one fight, and a million eyes. Hey, hey, for the side, come on, sing with me. Hey, hey, ale, come shout it out with me. Hey, hey, come on now, hey, come on now, hey,
Thank you very much, students. It's very impressive. I don't know how long you rehearsed and practiced to do that routine, but it's very impressive. I love the smiles. It looks like you're really enjoying yourself, and as one of the trustees down the table here said, middle school was never like that for him. So congratulations. Thank you for brightening our day, for certainly being the highlight of this board meeting. We love it when our students come to entertain us. It's unfortunate that I don't have any notes about who's here, besides our students, of course. And so from the school, and I apologize if I don't know you, but who's here from the school with these students? Ah, there you are, over there. Thank you very much. And there must be some parents. There must be. So if you'd stand up, please. You drove yourself? Bus. Oh, you drove the bus? No. Oh, I see, I see. And it showed up on time? Amazing. Anyway, thank you so much. They're extraordinary, and I can only imagine how much you enjoy your job to watch these students perform to that level. So thank you very much for coming. Thanks, students. Enjoy. Okay. Okay. Now, if we can beat that, we'll be doing well. So, are there any declarations of conflict of interest? Seeing none, can we move to section 3? 3.1 is the Special Education Advisory Committee, March 19th. 3.2 is the Instructional Program Curriculum Committee, March 28th. 3.3 is the Physical Planning and Building Committee, April 3rd. 3.4 is the regular meeting of the board, April 10th. They're here for approval and receipt. Moved by Trustee Andrews, seconded by Trustee Williams. Are there any questions or comments with regard to any of these minutes in section 3? Seeing none, all those in favor? It's carried. All right, are there any written questions, notices of motion, or petitions from trustees? Seeing none, that's great. All right, we'll move to section 6, which is 6.1 through 6.3. It's here for receipt. Trustee Singh, Trustee Crocker, Trustee Singh will move it. Trustee Crocker will second it. Are there any comments with regard to this section? Where is L6? Sorry. This is my, it's okay, I'll move everything. I should have been ready. Trustee Green.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, just wanted to speak to point 6.3 and just wanted to see that Police Recognition Week is coming up. And I personally, through my work in the community and the number of initiatives that I have in my schools and number of officers that comes in and work with us and build relationship with our kids. Just recently, we needed to raise some funds. We're doing the, at Central Peel, we're doing the fundraising for the United Way, and we were able to put a team of students who would have played against the police ball hockey team, and it was great fun. And the appreciation, the relationship that was built. So just wanted to, if I don't, because they said, tomorrow is not promised to anyone. So because of that, I just want to take the time to say when that comes around, I want to wish all the officers in Peel that work with our students, well wish and say thank you for all the work that you do with our kids. And when you look across the region, look across the country, so many times, even just yesterday, we saw the horrific situation that happened in Toronto, and there was a first responder that was there dealing with the situation, trying to make sure that our community is protected and our children are safe. So therefore, I personally want to say thank you for what you do. I know somebody would say, but you get paid. But even so, for one to put their life on the line to protect our community, we should appreciate it. And I know it from first-hand experience because I've been there. So really just want to say thank you, and thank you for your partnership.
Thank you. Trustee Singh.
Yeah, I just want to acknowledge that one of the principles that I share with my colleague, Mr. Cameron, got placed on the Minister's Principal Reference Group. And I think she'll attest to the fact that she's an outstanding principal, and she will serve this committee representing our school board extremely well. Thank you.
That's great. Yes, agreed. Trustee Cameron.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I wanted to say the same thing on item 6.2, but Principal Nirja Punjabi is an absolutely wonderful leader, and it's not a surprise to any of us who know her that she has been selected to serve on the Minister's Principal Reference Group. And this is really, the description is well defined here as to who they were looking for. And Mrs. Punjabi will represent our board incredibly well and represent herself with real professionalism. She's very highly regarded in a very busy, active, full school. And we're very proud of her and happy that she has this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Kay McDonald.
Thank you. Through you, Chair, I just wanted to also acknowledge Police Appreciation Week, and it will have special meaning, I know, within our community. The Peel Regional Police just appointed 2 new deputy chiefs, Ingrid Berkeley Brown and Superintendent Mark Andrews, and our community is very excited about this new appointment. So congratulations to them too. Thank you.
Thank you. I have 6.4, don't I? Yeah. So I added 6.4, which is a recognition of Education Week. So Director Joshua and I have a short comment with regard to it. So we are very proud to celebrate Education Week throughout this week, from April 23rd to the 27th, with hundreds of special activities and events throughout our schools and our work sites. You'll notice that throughout the week, Peelschools will showcase how they inspire by hosting open houses, plays, musicals, storytelling, environmental activities, talent shows, and much, much more. Our schools and work sites are also recognizing more than 1,000 individuals from across the Peel board with awards of distinction for their amazing contributions and accomplishments. We will continue the Education Week celebrations with presentations of the Awards of Excellence at our Showcase of Excellent event on Monday, April 30th at 7:30 here at the Central Board office. It's always a wonderful evening of celebration. The Award of Excellent recipients are students, their volunteers, staff, and community partners who have made outstanding contributions to public education in Peel. Their contributions remind us of the power each of us have each and every day to inspire success, confidence, and hope in our students. Thank you all for all that you've done and will continue to do for our schools and our community. I know our Board of Trustees is very busy out in our schools, enjoying all kinds of events, and speaking from my experience, many of my schools got a jump on Education Week, and we're very busy last week as well. So we'll look forward to the rest of this week and, of course, Showcase. So I will ask Director Joshua to comment about the Education Week.
Thank you very much, Chair McDougall, and I want to echo a number of the comments you've made. Sincere thanks to all our schools and work sites who have put in tremendous efforts to plan and organize events and activities throughout Education Week. And we know that this is just a snapshot of the incredible work that is happening across our board every day so that our students can be successful. So as I continue in my first year as Director of Education, I've had the great privilege and pleasure of being out in a number of our schools to witness how everyone, from our students, staff, parents, and community members, are recognizing the great things that are happening in our schools and work sites each and every day. It is a clear example of partnership, of collaboration, of really people coming together to support each other, and reminds me every day that our core business is alive and well to ensure the success and successful achievement of all of our students. Now, I know that I've said many times that I'm a former Peel Board student 35 years ago when I was in our schools, and I'm so proud to see that today and every day what is alive and well is the opportunity for each of our students have the experience that I had to explore their interests, develop their strengths and their skills, and we really pay attention to the diversity on many levels that our students and our staff bring to our learning spaces. As a school administrator and as a senior team member, I have seen many examples of what we're celebrating. Really the opportunity to share how people are deprivatizing their practice. We celebrate the great things that are happening, and it is really a culture of coming together and networking and exploring new and exciting ways to learn. So it's wonderful to see, and this year's recipients are merely a sample of the many great things that are happening. If you've been out in our hallways in the atrium, you may have noticed the beautiful art displays. The artwork was created by students from across our elementary and secondary schools, and it's just one of the ways we are celebrating Education Week at the HJA Brown Education Center. And if some of you were in the building yesterday, you might have also walked by and seen some of the amazing creations that were on display and made by students who took part in the first ever Invention Convention event. I can tell you I was blown away. This was a great example of empowering modern learners, to see our students just captivated by an idea and bringing it through to something that really benefited not just them, but the many people around them. So exciting to see that every one of our students can demonstrate that excitement, that innovation, that creation that we want to inspire everyone to be part of. So as we continue to celebrate Education Week, I encourage you to follow us on social media using the hashtag #WeInspire to see all of the celebrations, activities, and special events our schools have planned. You'll notice that we have been using this hashtag throughout the school year as our commitment to our theme for the full school year. So thank you to everyone for your ongoing commitment, as Janet said, to inspire success, confidence, and hope in each of our students. And quite simply, it's what makes Peel Schools absolutely the very best place for children, teens, and adult learners to grow and succeed. Happy Education Week, everyone.
Thank you. So I know that we'll all, it's our opportunity to open our doors and welcome in the community as well. So I know that we'll be extremely successful. Can we move on then to old business, which 8.1 is the response to the delegation of Kashif Ahmad Panu regarding JKSK outdoor play guidelines during the winter months. Which trustee? Trustee Singh? Yes? No? Oh, there you are. It's, pardon, Trustee Green, it's your school? Okay.
Okay. I just want to thank staff. I know that they took their time to research this, and I'm looking around and not seeing any of them right now, but that's okay. But they took their time, and I know that they researched, oh, there he is. Yeah, so I know they researched with various agencies involved, and it was, it took some time, and, and I hope the parent will be satisfied, the community will be satisfied with this response. I saw that there is some flexibility when it comes to school-wise, which I appreciate, and I think principals know what's best for their community. So if they're getting a lot of concerns from their community that they operate in, they'll be flexible as needed. But as overall policy school-wide, I guess that we're okay with the weather conditions to keep students inside, and that's perfectly fine with me. So thank you.
Thank you. And Director Joshua tells me that Acting Associate Director Teal put the report together, and so you're speaking to her, sir. So thank you very much. Trustee Green, you wish to second it? All those in favor? Carried. 8.2 is the response to the delegation regarding the flex boundary for French immersion to Bramalea Secondary School. It is here for for receipt. Bramalea, who's, yes, Trustee Andrews, will you put it on the floor? Oh, okay. Seconded by Trustee DeCroop. Will you second it? Any questions or comments? All those in favor? Carried. Then we will move to 9.1, which are the recommendations of the Special Education Advisory Committee of March 19th. There are no recommendations, information for receipt. Trustee Lawton, would you put those on the floor? Thank you. Seconded by Trustee K. McDonald. Any questions? All those in favor? Carried. 9.2 is the recommendations from the Instructional Program Curriculum Committee, and there is information for receipt. Trustee Andrews, you want to put those on the floor, please? Thank you. Seconded by Trustee Green. Questions, comments? All those in favor? Thank you. 9.2, I'm sorry, that was 9.2. 9.4 is the appointment of student trustees for the 2018-2019 school year, and so this is new information to us, but we're very pleased that the new trustees, student trustees for next year will be, all right, Amanpreet Chongkrian. How's that? Chongkrian? I'm going to have to get that down pat, but you can correct me. And who is from Harold Brathwaite Secondary School and will represent the schools from the north of the 401. And Laura Oris Nadanova, who is from Clarkson Secondary School and will represent Peelschools south of the 401. I understand that the campaign was rigorous and a lot of students were involved, and I want to, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, congratulate both of you for your success, and I know that you will enjoy this leadership opportunity. I know that you'll get lots of mentoring from our current trustees. Trustee Marr wants to speak to you.
Thank you, through you, Chair. On behalf of Kushpal and myself, we want to say congratulations to our incoming student trustees. We are so excited to get to know you guys and to hear from your perspective in terms of what you guys hope to accomplish in the 2018-2019 school year. As well, we want to say a huge thank you to Stacy Wilson and Audrey from Communications who helped facilitate the election. They were more behind the scenes but did a lot of work to ensure that every student had their voice heard. So thank you so much for your hard work and dedication towards student voice.
Thank you. So we will indeed meet with you, and we have a book for you that we require you to read, digest, memorize, and and we give you an exam. No, we don't. But know that you will be well taken care of. You will have mentors, and you will be introduced to your superintendents. You'll be given probably I say Cole's Notes, but that's really old. But we will give you a quick course in how to navigate this building and the system. It will be a learning experience that will be extremely active and probably year long, because things change pretty quickly. But you need to know that we've appreciated student voice that we've had, and it is extremely important to us. In fact, I would suggest that student voice is becoming more and more important to this board as we make some very difficult decisions sometimes. And so we welcome your involvement, and we welcome your advice and your wisdom around some of the student-related decisions that we discuss, debate, and decide on around the board. So we will be in touch with you by letter to let you know the schedule and the follow-up, but congratulations again and welcome to the Peel District School Board Board of Trustees. Okay. You have parents here or family here, or so can you stand up, because I can only imagine how proud you are of your daughters. Is it both moms? Okay, of your daughters. And I'll just make a little bet that you'll be involved in some very interesting discussions over the next school year, because I think your daughters are going to bring you home some interesting dilemmas that will give you pause and for thought. So congratulations to you, and for all of the help, obviously, and support that you've given your daughters over their school year, and I guess the evidence is here now. So congratulations, and thank you for coming this evening. Okay, where are we? We are at, okay, here comes the, oh no, this is the notice of appointment for 2 trustees. and 2 alternates for OPSBA Board of Directors for June to June. And so we will be dealing with that next board meeting. This is the notice, so those that are interested in this position can ready themselves for that. I don't think I need a mover and seconder for that, do I? Or do I? Yes? You aren't saying, okay, I'm going to do it, so I'm not. So moved by Trustee Crocker, seconded by Trustee Williams. There you go. All those in favor? Carried. So we'll deal with that notice next meeting. 9.6, this is the messy one. So, so before you have a recommendation that the following resolution, which was around the Peel Children's Charter of Rights, be rescinded. And so I need a majority of trustees to agree to that. That doesn't mean that we don't support the Children's Charter of Rights. It just means that I misspoke and I misled this board. So would someone put the motion to rescind on the table? Thank you, Trustee Singh and Trustee McDonald. So all those in favor of rescinding the children's part? Carried. Okay, so now, with your permission and the approval of the agenda, Trustee DeKroob, will you please put a motion on the floor that says the Peel District School Board, I don't think we're renewing, but I think that we're approving our commitment to the Peel Youth Charter. And in fact, I have agreed to attend the signing that is scheduled for May the 10th. You put that on the floor? Thank you. Someone like to second that? No, I think and I'll make sure the board reporters have the wording. The most important part here is Peel Youth Charter. Trustee K. McDonald is going to second that. Are there any comments or questions regarding that? I appreciate your patience. All those in favor? Carried. Okay, so, yes? Sorry, yes?
In terms of process, did we have to also vote on the fact to deal with the rescinding this today?
We did.
Oh.
When we approved the agenda.
Oh, approving the agenda?
Yeah, I asked if we could deal with it today.
Okay.
And so by approving the agenda, you approved that then.
Oh.
Okay. All righty, so are there any, 12. 12? The OPSBA Connects April 9th, 2018 is here for receipt. Moved by Trustee Crocker, seconded by Trustee DeKroob. Questions, comments? All those in favor? Carried. That's interesting. Okay. Okay, that's 12. Sorry. 14 is the response to the administration of former questions, and 14.1 is the response to the written question that was submitted by Trustee K. McDonald. And so, Trustee McDonald, would you like to put this on the floor?
Yes, I will. Thank you.
And speak to it?
Yes, certainly. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone involved in answering the 3 questions, and they were very thorough, and I've already communicated with the individuals, and they were quite pleased with the response. So thank you. Responses. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Seconded by Trustee Cameron. Sure. All those in favor? Carried. So are there any reports from trustee representatives on councils or associations? Seeing none, I'm going to move. Yes. Oh, well. Trustee Williams.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Trustee Andrews and myself attended the Ontario School Board Association Board of Directors meeting on the weekend, and it was a very good meeting. The information was sent out to trustees for your information, but within that email that was sent out, I think it's important to, due to the fact that there's a couple of elections coming up, both the provincial election and the municipal election. OPSPERS put together an election guide, and trustees are encouraged to hold all candidates meeting due to the fact that education funding is critical to the success of schools. So both board and trustees are encouraged to hold all candidates meeting within their constituency, or the board can hold one general meeting to accommodate all the candidates within the region. Now, in terms of municipal election coming up, OPSPERS issue a guide to sort of our trustees to sort of review, our candidates to sort of review to ensure that they fully understand the role of trustees and, before they actually get involved. So the email is there. You can encourage trustee to go through it and review it and see what information is available to them. So that's my report, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Thank you. Trustee Green?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, just want to report, because I know a lot of time trustee doesn't know what's happening at Stopper and asking question, that the procurement they're in and contract is now signed, and I'm confident that based on the contract and the procurement that we should able to see that we will have drivers preparing ready for September. Not only that, I also just want to warn my colleagues with the procurement. There is a big increase in terms of transportation costs coming to this board. So we will deal with that at a budget, in our budget development. But just want you to be aware, so when you see that cost, don't be surprised. It is where things are, and we will continue to advocate with the ministry to make sure that they know that we have a big deficit within our budget. So thank you.
Thank you.
And if you have any question, I can always see Controller Tom or Associate Director Gill. I don't want to elaborate anymore right at this time, but just know that those procurements are in.
Yes, and I think the board's aware of a discussion that we had, and I look forward to that discussion around budget time and for our board to prioritize. So thank you for the reminder and the update. Any others? Seeing none, can we then go to comments or questions from the board members? I'll start down here. Trustee Power. Yes.
Thank you. So last week, I had the privilege of being an MC at the State of Mind Conference, where I was joined by Director Peter Joshua as well. The conference highlighted the impact of technology, gaming, and internet on the developing minds. The conference was very informative, and the speakers were phenomenal. I want to thank Kim Eberts for the opportunity and for organizing such a successful conference that had over 100 educators in attendance. In addition, Harold Brathwaite's mock trial team won first place at OBA's mock trial competition just last week. This was also the mock trial team that I had emailed you guys about earlier in the year that also went to New York. So one of the lawyers, actually Jenny Zhang, also won Best Lawyer at this competition. So thank you all for supporting us. And finally, as I shared at a previous board meeting, I was working on a Peel-wide eco initiative with Harold Brathwaite's Human Impact team. And this Monday, we did a conference with Great Lakes Public School to share with grade 8 students negative effects on our environment and how they can get involved. And thank you to Tracy Appleton for that, for making that conference happen. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Trustee Marr.
Thank you. I just wanted to update the board. The Peel Student President's Council, which is also known as Peel's Youth Council, or the PSPC, held their annual Spring Leadership Conference. I believe it was 2 weeks ago. And I had received word that a few trustees on the board supported some of our students for schools that were unable to do so. So I wanted to extend my gratitude to those that showed support. Thank you for allowing our students to participate. And as well, although our conference was cut short due to the ice storm that took place, although time was impacted, the experience was not, and the delegates really did manage to take away a lot of really profound and true experiences that I know they have definitely held true and are looking forward to getting more involved with the student portion of the Peel Board. So thank you so much again. You're all wonderful.
We can have a little more of that for sure. Have the PSPCs, have they held their elections for next year?
No, so that will be taking place in May.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. And we haven't heard from them lately. So if you take back a message, they sometimes come to the board and give us a semi-annual kind of update. So maybe they might want to do that and introduce, if they can, the executive for next year.
We are in the process of rewriting the constitution for the PSPC, so we're hoping to make that a part of next year's constitution. So next year it will be in effect.
Great, thank you very much.
Nice.
Trustee DeCroo, question or comment? Trustee Andrews, Trustee Lawton, Trustee Cameron? No, thank you. Trustee Crocker.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to draw the attention of the board to the day of mourning. April 28th is a National Day of Mourning, honoring workers who have been killed, injured, or disabled on the job, or who suffer from occupational diseases. April 28th is a date designated because on that day in 1914, over 100 years ago, the first Comprehensive Workers' Compensation Act in Canada was proclaimed in Ontario. After lobbying by the Canadian Labour Movement, the federal parliament passed the Workers' Mourning Day Act in 1991. The annual observance of this day must strengthen a common resolve to maintain safe and healthy conditions in the workplace and to prevent further injuries and deaths. As much as this is a day to remember those who have died, it is also a day to renew our commitment to improve health and safety in the workplace and prevent further injuries, illnesses, and deaths. As a school board chair, I feel we are obligated to educate our students, who are, after all, our nation's future workers, along with our employees, about health and safety rights, to administer effective workplace prevention programs, and to provide hands-on training that supports safe practices and the identification, assessment, and control of workplace hazards. Flags will be at half-mast across Peel and across the country. At 10 a.m. on Saturday, April 28th, I urge all to attend the Day of Mourning event in our community at the Milestones of Labour Monument, which is near the Brampton Flower City Senior Centre at 8870 McLaughlin Road. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Question or comment, Trustee McDonald? Hang on here. I'm doing this because somebody skipped the queue. Trustee McDonald.
So I have two questions. So my first actually had to deal with that. So I'll ask regarding attending the memorial. Would it, I know we haven't done it in the past, but I would like to suggest that we should be laying a wreath at the event. So I just don't know how we go about that. Do we need a motion? How does that work?
Take that under advisement.
Okay, thank you. And also, I just wanted to publicly thank a lot of the custodial staff that came in on Monday, the Monday of the ice storm, when a lot of, the borders officially closed, but a lot of the custodial staff actually went to schools and started chipping away at the icy surfaces and making our schools safer for students. I just wanted to publicly thank them for that.
Thank you. Trustee Williams, question or comment? Trustee Singh.
Sure. Last week, I believe, on the weekend, I had the privilege of going to an event hosted by this group called Rise Above Adversity. Now, once Kushpal initially told me about it, and I thought I had to go there to check it out because I thought he was making it up, to be honest. But he actually had a following, and it was actually a packed room, and it was very informative discussion with the mayor of Brampton. But I was just proud to see a lot of Peel School students involved, and the questions they were asking were well informed, and they were picking the mayor's brains about different policy implications, and it was very fascinating. Kushpal being Kushpal then got me to do an encore, and then they picked my brain, so that was thank you for that, Kushpal. And but it was actually really well done. I think it was streamed online as well, and it had close to, I'd say, 80-ish people around there, and it was a success. So I was very proud of our students for running such an event. And secondly, yesterday I opened up it was the 10-year anniversary for Shaw Public School. I've done numerous anniversaries, but I just want to bring this one to the board in particular because I had the opportunity to visit the seniors club there on Friday. And I told them that there's a 10-year anniversary at your school, and they're very close to the principal. It's Miss Sally Ann Gibson, so very close to her. And I just told them that, and I'm like, make sure you come. It'll be a great event. And they went out of their way to raise money for the school and present, and I'm talking about retired people from, not from here, so it's not like they have access to a lot of financial resources, and they raised $1,000
Good for them.
for the school. And it was a phenomenal thing to see, and then the principal also went out of her way to recognize them on stage, and just that's how sort of deep that school is within that community in particular, and she's done a great job, and that's what makes our schools great, when we add that additional piece of community engagement. So just wanted to commend her for her efforts. Thank you.
Thank you. You owe the United Way $1. Trustee Green.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I got my toonie to pay. I just wanted to congratulate one of my school, Central Peel Robotics team. These youngsters, young ladies and young men are on the move, and they are going to the World Championship.
Really?
So I am proud of them,
Really?
and I'm here to pay my toonie and brag about them and encourage them to go out there and knock them dead, and just to say, as many of you might know, that I am the coach for the cricket team, both seniors and junior, and there's 6 games for the season, and there's 5 games that is done for both teams, and we haven't lost nothing. So Central Peel, we're rocking.
Okay.
Here's my toonie.
Where's the World Championship?
I think it's in Europe someplace. But they're going, and it's all set already. They're on their way.
Do they need supervision?
Okay, well, something, I looked at the teacher and I said, am I allowed to go in the suitcase?
Yeah.
Because I would love to be there to be the cheerleader, the cheerleader.
That's great.
But yes, they have been doing really, really well this year. Yeah.
That's great. It would be great if we could stream that.
Well, I can talk to the
Mr.
principal.
Hughes.
I can talk to the principal about that.
No, but looking at
okay, all right, good.
Yes, the guru of technology.
And Madam Chair, if I must say, not only that these young men and young women are competing and winning across the country and be champion, but we were able to, through my foundation and with a number of school board and a partner with the Peel District School Board, supported by Associate Director Graywall, when we had the capacity building workshop conference, I Am Confident workshop a few weeks ago at Turner Fenton, these kids, they would have come in and mentor the middle school kids and point out to them the reason why it's so important to look towards technology for a future career goal. And it was just amazing. It was blown away. Principal was seeing the tweet going across and would leave their school, just come by and say, what's going on down here? And the leadership that they show, it was just amazing. So, kudos to the teachers and to the principal for supporting them. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee B. McDonald. Are there any questions from the public? Not much public left, but that's okay. Pardon me? Oh, I'm sorry. Trustee Lawton.
It's, thank you, Chair. It's my fault. I forgot where I was yesterday. Trustee McDonald, yesterday. Trustee McDonald and Trustee Andrews and I were delighted to be at the Mayor's Cricket trophy
Tournament
presentation in Brampton, of all places. And it was it's sponsored by the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, CIMA, known as CIMA, and they've been sponsoring our schools and supporting our kids in learning how to play cricket and doing a lot of work with them for years. They told us that originally they started with 12 schools 10 years ago. They're now at 120.
Wow.
Schools. So, and these kids were so excited. Canadian Tire and Sport Check both sponsor them as well. So we had elementary school schools as well as secondary schools. None of the names I can remember, so I can't pay anything to the United Way. But it really, that CIMA does a wonderful job of supporting our kids, and it was a great event. Thank you. And Trustee Green, I think, was there somewhere. I'm not sure.
No, I couldn't show up, but somebody brought the awards for me.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Curtis was able to collect it and brought it to me.
Okay. Thank you. There are no public questions, so could I have someone move the adoption of the in-committee report, please? Trustee Lawton, seconded by Trustee Green. All those in favor? It's carried. And adjournment. Oh, Trustee, let's make his day. Trustee Cameron, seconded by, who wants to be a seconder? Trustee Williams has hands up. All those in favor? Carried. Thank you very much.